Hello YouTubers! Do you wanna top the YCS Raleigh? I do! So welcome to this journey to the top. I'm Magno and I'm gonna start this series to prepare myself, sharing deck lists, practicing duels, strategies and much more. But before we start, I would like to shout out my TCG store. If you're looking to grab those cards to boost your deck, check that out, Magnos Academy. And before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is free and help me create more content like this. So no further ado, let's begin. Today we're gonna be talking about something that I don't really did it in the past and I decided to do for this event, and which is study the metagame. What I'm gonna do this time is literally go through every deck of the new meta and tournaments that comes every week, especially big tournaments like YCS, and I'm gonna scan a little bit what are the meta players, what are their cards that they are using, or I mean in general what is being played. So in order to do that, you can go on YGO Pro deck, and then I'm gonna leave on the description down below the link for this page where you can actually click in any one of the past tournaments and you can literally see all the decks that was played in that tournament. For example, let's go for the YCS medley. When you click, you will be able to see all the meta decks that was played, and some of the decks will be here. Unfortunately, not all the decks, but you'll be able to scan, right? So what I'm gonna be doing is like, okay, let's see Christian Urena and what did he play? So it was a Snake Eye pure with Jet Synchro. I see that a lot of hand traps. He used Cross Out, Trini Bureau, Drawlock Bird. It's good to know, because when you're playing against him or against a pure Snake Eye, when you identify that is pure Snake Eye, you can kind of have an idea what your opponent will be playing and you don't get caught by surprise, right? For example, because he won the event, people might start to play the Typhoon, right? So people will be playing Summon Limit, Cosmic Cyclone, or Bestials, or more Drawlock Birds. We don't know. But it's a probability, right? Because it's there for everybody to see. This is the first deck that I looked, but I'm gonna go just scan a little other decks. This is the Stun Runick. I don't really know what those cards does, so what I'm gonna do right now, I mean after this video, or if you guys want, I can make a video analyzing combos, what this deck does. What I can see is like some sort of like anti-meta or something like that, but I see that's all locked. Like the deck at first seen, it's breaking my board. It's has a Runick cards. I mean, Drawlock Bird is terrible against this deck, I can tell right away, but I don't really know what the deck does, right? So I'm gonna be going later on YouTube or anywhere to see what is a combo and what the deck does. But now, at this moment, I already know what the cards they have. So next time I see a Runick card or a time, what is the name of this card? Time tiering, whatever it is, I will be able to have in the back of my mind what my opponent is using to try to not get, to try play against and try to counter. His side deck, I can see. I'm gonna read all those cards later on. Let's see what were the third place. We got here it's Snake Eye with Kashtira. It's good to know because the first thing I can see, he used Andres, okay. So he uses a heavy pack of Kashtira monsters. So the first thing that comes to my mind, and maybe Drawlock Bird would be good again this version of the deck. And also because he's using Kashtira, I would presume that Nibiru also would be better. Okay, so he used time cards, he used again Summon Limit. That's another thing you have to pay attention. How common a card it's being used through players. For example, it's the second time that we open a deck list and has a Summon Limit on it. So we start to count, okay, how many players are using Bestials, for example? Here again, more probability. How many players are using Summon Limit? Because when you're playing against, you have to play cards, for example, Phoenix, cards in your extra deck you cannot be replaced with any other card when you're building your deck or things like that, because you needs to have that out, right? Let's see for the other one. We got a Kashtira deck. Against this Kashtira, I would think also Drawlock Bird would be good. However, Nibiru, it's not really good against this deck, but it's good to have an idea what Kashtira players are playing. And he used a lot of hand traps, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 hand traps so far. 15? Oh damn, 18, right? It's good to know. Oh, I never see that card in a Kashtira deck. So anyway, so what are we gonna be doing here? Again, see, summon limit, evenly match. It's pretty much breaking boards. So it's good to know and making notes, of course, what the top players are actually playing, right? So you don't get caught by surprise. I can tell you this is a Fire King Snake Eye. Okay, he's playing 2, curing, 12 hand traps. Again, summon limit, Bestials, Kashtira. Okay, so by doing that, we can kind of tell what we're gonna be playing and how we're gonna build the deck in order to play an event like that, right? So let's just see for the last deck. The last deck is a Voiceless. Again, pretty standard, so with a lot of hand traps as well. Triple Tactic Talent, so it's good to know because sometimes you want a hand trap, and because you know that your opponent might be playing Triple Tactic Talent, you gotta think about it where it would be the best time to, you know, to activate your hand trap from your hand. They use Anima, so be smart about the zones you're gonna put your monsters. They use the Godness. All of those things will help you to prepare for an event like that, and it's helping me as well. And again, look here, the summon limit. So this card is insane. That's it for today's videos. I'm gonna be looking on YouTube for combos, how those decks work, because I want to be prepared for the event. I would suggest you guys do that too. Don't forget to make notes, because that's very important. To be honest, my way to learn, it's making my notes, of course, watching combos and more videos, right? So that's it for today. And if you guys content like that, please comment in down the description below. That's it. See you next time. Peace.